All right, today we're going to start the last target of our area part of our plane geometry standard. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to calculate the area of a circle and how to use it in practical applications. Now, this is just a refresher for you, but again, a circle is just a closed curve representing the set of points, some fixed distance from a given point called the center. The radius measures the distance from the center of the circle out to the circle itself. And then the diameter measures the distance from one side of the circle to the other all the way through the center of the circle. So we usually let R represent the radius and D represent the diameter. This is stuff, again, you guys and ladies should have known when we talked about circumference, okay? Now, just a reminder that circumference was the distance around a circle, that's a length. Area is the amount of squares of a certain size that will fit inside the circle. So somewhere in your formula, you have to have a variable that's squared to get those square units. Well, there's a couple formulas. One you're probably familiar with from your geometry class, which is this one. Area equals pi times r squared. That will give you the amount of squares that fit inside a circle. But there's also a couple other formulas that maybe you weren't told that deal with what if you're given the diameter. Now remember, you don't have to use these formulas to find area if you're given a diameter. You can just take your diameter and divide it by 2 and use the area formula, pi r squared. But if you take a look here, area is equal to pi times the diameter squared divided by 4, if you know the diameter, okay? Or I like this one, just like what we did with hexagons. This one is kind of an easy to use formula again. If you know the diameter of a circle, just square it and take it times 0.7854, and that should give you your area of your circle. Now again, if you want to use your radius, then you have the radius formula here that you've always been taught. If you want to if you have the diameter, you could use A equals pi times diameter squared divided by 4, or use this one, 0.7854 times diameter squared. Which ones you use is up to you. And again, remember, even if you're given the radius, you can use the diameter formulas by multiplying the radius by 2. If you want to use the radius formula, but you're given the diameter, you could divide the diameter by 2. So these are all interchangeable. So let's take a look at a couple problems here, okay? First of all, let's just start off with just a basic circle problem where it says to use the pi button on your calculator. Find the area of a circle below, use the pi button on your the pi key on your calculator, and round your answer to 3 significant digits. Now, it says the radius, you have a circle with a radius of 7 centimeters. So, again, what we have is we have a circle where the radius from center out to the edge is 7 centimeters. So, since we're given the radius, why not just use area of a circle equals pi times your radius squared? Okay. Now you could double the radius to 14, take it times 2, and use your diameter formulas if you want it. But these are pretty straightforward, and I guess if you're given diameter radius, you can use whatever formula you want to. So that's equal to pi. We're going to use the pi button on our calculator times 7 squared, which is just pi times 49. Or you can, again, just type it into your calculator as pi times 7 squared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. We're going to go through this on our calculator, okay? And if you just turn it on again and make sure that the mode you're in classic mode, okay? Make sure you're in classic mode because that'll give you decimals instead of keeping pi in your answer. So if we quit out of that, and I'm just going to type in, using the pi button, which is right over here, pi times, and you can either type in 7 and hit the squared button, or you could just do 49, pi times 49, hit enter, and there you go. It's about 153.9384. 804, excuse me. So I'm going to go back here, and area is equal to 153 point, and I got to go back here to check again, 9338 ... Now we need to go to 3 significant digits. That would be your 3 significant digits there, ladies and gentlemen. So we just say that the area is approximately 154. Now again, this is an area. Your label is centimeters, so we're going to go centimeters squared or square centimeters. And there's your answer. Okay? Pretty good so far. All right? But I kind of want to go to a little bit more difficult problem. All right? So again, you'll have a few on your assignment that are just, again, finding the area given certain dimensions of a circle. But let's try one that's an application. So if you take a look here, ladies and gentlemen, it says, what is the area of the largest circle that can be cut out of a square piece of sheet metal that's 4 feet 6 inches on a side? Round your answer to the nearest hundredth. For a problem like this, it might be best just to draw a picture. So here's your square, maybe not one of the best squares. And then inside we want a circle, the largest circle we can draw. Well, the largest circle we can draw is going to intersect, or touch, all 4 sides of that square. Now remember, the square, ladies and gentlemen, is 4 feet 6 inches on a side. And thus 4 feet 6 inches on a side. So if we want to find the area of that circle, we either have to know the diameter or the radius. Now, at any time you can stop this video, rewind it, or go back a little bit if you missed something. But also you can pause it to see if you can think about this yourself. How would you do this problem? You might want to pause it right now just to go through this and see, can you figure this out on your own? Okay? All right, so if you want to pause it for a second, try the problem on your student examples worksheet. That would be great. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's work the problem. Now, if you look at 4 feet 6 inches, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually, if you take a look at the center, that is actually the diameter of that circle. Okay, the diameter of the circle, because it touches both sides of the square, is 4 feet 6 inches. Now, the only thing is, those are mixed units, feet and inches. As you've known so far this year, if we're going to use a formula, we have to be able to use it so that it is one consistent unit. Now, you can change it over to inches if you want to, and just, again, find your area in square inches. However, if you do that, you have to then convert back to feet, because our measurements were given in feet and inches. So what you'd have to do is you'd have to get your answer in square inches and divide by 144, because there's 144 square inches in a square foot. Or you could do this. Think about this. 4 feet 6 inches. I'll write it like this. Remember, 6 inches is half a foot. So really what this is 4.5 feet. And that just may be easier to do here because using 4.5 feet, and again, not 4.6. That means 6 out of 10. There's 12 inches in a foot. So if we do this, we can go back and use one of our formulas, since this right here is the diameter. Okay, that's the diameter. So if we do, I like using the easier of the two formulas. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to actually use red for this so it separates it a little bit. Okay, area equals 0.7854 times diameter squared. Now again, if you wanted to cut the diameter in half and call that 2.25 feet, 2.25 feet, and then go ahead and use your pi r squared formula, you could. But I'm just going to use this one. It seems like it's pretty easy to use. So area is equal to 0.7854 times 4.5 squared. Okay. Now, if we go to our calculator, again, make sure it's in classic mode. Okay. And turn it on. I'm going to clear everything out of there. We're going to take 0.7854 times 4.5 and hit your squared button over here on the left. okay, and hit enter. You get about 15.904. 15.904, okay? So your area is equal to 15.904. And that would be, since this is in, again, we're in feet. So that's square feet. But again, make sure you go back, it says round to the nearest hundredth. Well, this is the hundredth spot right here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, this is the tenths, this is the hundredths. So if you're going to go ahead and write that to the hundredth, it would actually be 15.90. Yes, you have to include the 0, even though the 4 didn't make it into a 1 that was in the hundred or thousands place. You still have to include it to let people know that we rounded to the hundredth, and that's square feet. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand that a little bit. These are the first 2 examples. On my next video, I'm going to go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and show you the 3rd example in which we try to find an area of a figure where you have something cut out of it. So if you understand this so far, you might not need to watch the 3rd video, but I strongly suggest you do. And then the 3rd video will only take a few minutes. So if you have any questions, go ahead and you can, like I said, talk to me, email me, or so forth. Okay, thank you, and we'll be on to video number 2 in a second.